Welcome back to episode 3 of Qualified Dropouts. If you don't know who I am, my name's Asher. This is Ian. I dropped out of college a year ago. He dropped out years ago. We both run six-figure. What? He's a lot older than me. But we both run six-figure online businesses, and we made this podcast to show you guys and teach you guys the lessons we have learned with dropping out of college. Today, we have on Sai Lifts. Ava, she lives in our apartment complex, and she is going to share some words of wisdom with us today.
I should have wore a tighter shirt.
Because she actually graduated college, and she knows my stance on college, and we were going to challenge her a little bit today. Mm-hmm. All right, Ian, go ahead.
All right, let me see.
You're next up.
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna dive into the goods and bads that Ava thinks about college, since she's the one that's most qualified here and got a degree and some education. So
first, what I wanted to say is, I'm cutting you off. Okay. So first, what I wanted to say or ask or just tell the people your job as of right now and how you got that job.
Thank you for the mic. Hello, everyone. So not only do I do social media, which is how you guys know Sai Lifts, if you do, but I'm also the director of social for Sip Margs. So shout out if you're legal over the age of 21. It's like White Claw, but tequila and way better. I think I'm allowed to say that.
The boat next week.
Yeah, boat July 2nd for Asher's birthday. We will have lots of margs, so stay tuned for that content. But yeah, that's what I do. I just graduated from the University of Maryland with my bachelor's in marketing from the Robert H. Smith School of Business.
Yeah.
Fancy. Thank you.
Round of applause.
I do have a question about this, actually.
Oh, okay.
So, do you prefer, because you're doing both right now, you're doing social media full-time, you make money from that, and then you make money from doing the Sip Margs marketing. Which one would you prefer if you had to choose one to go all in at? Do you prefer working for somebody, or do you really enjoy social media and love that? Really
working for somebody else, because I view social media as more of a passion, and the thing that I do for Sip Margs is I really enjoy my work not involving what I look like, being on camera, stuff like that. I don't really have to think about that as much. Granted, I do make content for their TikTok, so I'm in it a lot, but being able to kind of just have that 9-to-5 structure and do that, I think because I'm so used to the social media thing, it's almost like a nice break. So I don't know how I would feel if I wasn't on social media, but it's nice to have social media and fitness as a hobby. And I'm very grateful to make money from that. But then having a job, it's kind of fun right now, adulting. I don't know how long I'll feel that way.
That's fair. No, I think a lot of people try to escape that.
Did you set a timer?
Mother, I'll set a timer.
All right. Quick intermission. Our camera stops after 30 minutes. If anyone knows how to fix that, please DM us.
I don't think
because we don't know how to fix it. But so also you were in a sorority, and I want to talk to you about that because me personally, I think Greek life is kind of hilarious. But I wanted to get your thoughts and opinions on the pros and cons of it.
All right. So yes. I was in Alpha Xi Delta. I'll say that because I don't have bad things really to say about my sorority. Love them. Zisters. Zsters.
I'll say.
Yeah, because it's
yes.
XI.
Wow.
I mean, granted, also University of Maryland's 40,000 undergrads. So it's a lot of people. So it was definitely a great way to meet people very quickly once we got there. The rush process is kind of brutal and annoying, but I ended up in a sorority with a lot of girls that I'm still really close with and were similar to me. So it does work in a sense, and I had such a good time. But Greek life itself and a lot of the practices and stuff like that, it gets old quickly. And I think Greek life is where you see most of the negative sides of college that we refer to now, that are overrated. So the hookup culture, the binge drinking, all of that. I think Greek life is kind of notorious for that. So for me, it was fun. It was exciting at first, but after a year or two, personally, I felt like I had aged 20 years, and I was I'm ready to have a job and I feel, past this point. But there were definitely some really fun things too. And like, people don't realize, like, yes, we do like also do like philanthropic stuff, and like it's nice to have that aspect of it as well, but it's not done that much.
That's fair.
There you go.
You can go.
I'm waiting for you, bro.
Oh, okay. So
I cut you off to begin
yeah,
with.
no, it's all right. It's all right. No, I think Greek life is pretty, like, can be pretty fun and enjoyable, but I think a lot of people get stuck in that. Do you find, how am I going to word this? Let's just talk about, like, do you think school was beneficial for you and helped you grow, or do you feel like you were pressured into it? Or do you feel like it was like your choice?
I came from a town in the suburbs in Westchester, New York, right outside of New York City, where not going to college like wasn't really a thing. Like, everyone went to college. Like, it wasn't really something I could think about. It was always ingrained in my mind that I was gonna go to college. And I mean, like, you guys know, sophomore year, second semester, I medically withdrew because I went to treatment for my eating disorder. So like, it was kind of a question of like when I was going to go back, like how I was going to finish my degree and all of that. And so that was definitely a big thing in my mind. And I think I did not learn nearly as much about marketing from my marketing classes as I did from starting my own social media. So like, I had professors ask me to speak up in the class. I had a class where a group project, like a different group, did their project on me, like social media influencers, and they interviewed me. So like, I think I was used more for the class structure than I was taught. And I think I learned so much about myself and growth and like interacting with other people and living away from home and that side of things. And I don't regret anything. I mean, granted, I don't regret anything in my life because it brought me to where I am today, but like, I don't think it's necessary is the answer. And I think that you guys like chose the right paths for yourself is kind of like what we're getting to.
Do you think the position you are now, do you think you would still be in the exact same position if you decided just to medically withdraw and like not go back to college? Or do you feel like you would be at a different spot?
Yes, and I think I could be even further with social media if I wasn't dedicating some of my time to finishing my classes. So I could be even further with this or my coaching job, and I don't think it would have affected my ability to secure a real job or another job like with Sip Margs, because as long as you're able to vocalize and like show your talents and skills, then what does the degree really mean? I mean, I think still like my parents personally and a lot of like older folks in that generation values a degree, and they don't realize that like, okay, would you rather have someone that on paper says they went to Harvard or someone who can actually do all the hard work that you're looking for a job applicant?
You know what's crazy is, but I think a lot of like companies now, since they're starting the social media realm, they're not looking to hire people with like, just because you have a bachelor degree in marketing.
crazy,
like Anaka Power just put on their story, hey, we're looking for an intern for marketing, something exactly, design in a sense.
Yeah.
And they're looking for people to make a video and a reel, tag them, they have to explain it, create a really cool edit, and really put their work and masterpiece like into this video, and that's their application. Their application isn't telling them on paper like, oh, I'm a really great, awesome worker, and I have a bachelor in this. And I think like it was just kind of cool, and I think that's one thing that's changing is a lot of companies are looking at the talent you have and you can present on social media and the marketing aspect, because that's where the world's going. And I think it's just crazy. I think it's just so crazy to see the change in that.
Yeah, and I mean, how many people, I bet you guys have said this, I haven't caught up fully on the podcast, but I was listening, like, how many people truly are using their degrees for what they're doing right now?
Oh, I wanted to look that up.
That's such a good question. I mean, each one of us could even poll on our Instagram. If you've graduated college, are you actually using your degree for your job? I would love to know. Because, like, probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
Let's see.
All right, I kind of wanted to ask another question.
Wait,
What?
I got a really cool fact. So only 62% of students who start a degree or certificate program actually finish it within 6 years.
6 years, damn.
Wow. That's
So only 62%.
Wow.
So 38% aren't, right?
Yeah.
I'm a college dropout. I don't know math.
No, you're good.
Nah, 38%, yeah.
But they don't have like anything for like. Oh, this was published in 2013 though, so this is way back in the, like
Okay.
further back. But it says only 27% of college grads have a job related to their major.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's probably like specifically engineers and lawyers and doctors.
Yeah, and not like business degrees or anything like that.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. That's
All right,
like-
my question is, and this is very opinionated, do you think that girls are more pressured to go to college than men?
I don't know because I've never like ever pondered that. Do you have an opinion on that?
I've never.
Because I don't really think so. But like I said, like where I grew up, like people are going to like Princeton and this and that, like very good schools, and it was a lot of pressure to figure out. Like my family hired an academic advisor like outside of my school to help me with the college admissions process. Like the fact that at this point in the world, like you have to pay someone to help you like write your essay and everything, like what the?
Yeah.
What the?
Nah,
Let's hear your opinion, Asher, because I'm curious because I've never heard that.
No, I think girls are more pressured to go to college than men.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
I think so. Because, well, I kind of speak for my family only. Like, my mom really, really wants my sister to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, in a way, and also this is very opinionated, so I think it's almost better for girls to go to college to find their path through college and then seeing what their true passion is, because it feels like a lot of girls coming out of high school don't really know what they truly want.
Yeah, but you could say that about men, though.
No, I know. But I feel like men really know what their purpose is more like
Really?
roundedly, yeah.
I don't.
Not at all.
Not at all. You know, I
It's
think.
opinionated.
Yeah. No, I think it's just the whole culture in general. I think it's like programmed, like, oh, everyone needs to go to college. They need to have a plan after. And I think the reason why men and women both equally want to go to college is to party and go be in a fraternity or
Yeah.
sorority. Or like they just want that. They literally say it all the time. I just needed the college experience to then figure it out. And like what that really means is I need to go black out and I need to go and hook up with as many people as I can to then really define who I am as a person to figure out how
Get it out of my
rock bottom
system.
can I. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but going back to that,
Interesting.
like the amount of boys I know that just like played lacrosse, Snapchatted girls, and did nothing, and then only went to college because their parents wanted them to, and like probably aren't doing shit right now. Not in an offensive way, but like I just see that more than like the girls that I knew from high school. But I don't know. That's an interesting
My
topic.
opinion, I think girls do so much better in college than guys.
No, they do.
I don't think,
Yeah.
but I've never heard that. That's interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
But college is not about.
I really just thought about that until like 10 minutes ago.
College is
So it's a very
absolutely not like about, at least in my major and like everything, and I, love you, Maryland, but like the business school was not about what you know. It's obviously about who you know. And that even goes for like the Friday discussion classes for my statistics class, where I would walk in and see like, oh, this sounds terrible. Hopefully no one I know sees this. See the boy that I know who's like the grade below me who like, I don't know, maybe thought I was cute, and I would go sit next to him and he would do the answers for me. And that was it. Like, you get the answers from him and you're done. Like, it's not about what you know. Like, I did not know statistics. I still don't. Like, it's just who you know and how you can
That's
get
true.
through.
Quizlet, man. Tell you
Quizlet,
what,
Chegg, Course Hero.
that's the only reason why I passed.
Good investment.
But no, that's crazy.
No, dude, it's funny because when it comes to like me having to pay for, me having to pay for like Course Hero and shit like that, I would play Call of Duty tournaments to make money to pay for that shit on a
Yeah.
Really?
month-to-month basis. Yeah.
I'd be like, guys, use my
Interesting.
code so that I can pay for Course Hero.
Yeah, literally.
Graduate.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
So with the job you have currently, have you used any knowledge from college in SITMARGs right now that has basically enhanced SITMARGs?
Surprisingly, yes, because a lot of like business terms and things I need to know about finances, and when we have like our strategy meetings, I've definitely learned some things from school, but nothing I couldn't have learned from spending time with these people, asking them questions, doing my own research online, and quickly figuring out what they were talking about. So.
Okay.
I think that's the thing about school. That's the same with like studying sciences and stuff. You could easily go and Google everything. But what the courses did do is put it in a way where it's like you put it like here's step 1, 2, 3, learn the terminology, and then you learn the insertion point. Like it's just right. You build up and start from the beginning, so it becomes very easy. Like you could start anywhere in the middle of the program and still learn something, but they basically built it out so it's like step 1 through 7 to be able to learn or fully understand like some type of course. And so I think college does that, is where they just put it in the easiest way possible to the hardest, so you get to understand one concept or methodology or like idea prior to learning the next step, so you'd actually fully understand it. And I think that's the thing about like business school or whatever, is they teach you terminology, which can be very important for you to hold conversations with people in the future in business and growing your business. But to teach you how to start a business or run a business, I don't think it's going to do that.
Yeah, like another thing is like, okay, like I said, I was a marketing major, but I still had to take the finance classes, the accounting classes, and I wasn't a finance or accounting major. I didn't understand any of those numbers at all. I did so poorly because like the math wasn't what I was in school for. Like I wanted to be marketing. So that was another thing where there's like a lot of extra floof like classes that like probably didn't need, but they make you take. Or like just to fulfill my gen ed requirements, one summer I took a beginner's level Spanish course. They have no idea that I was in honors Spanish all the way through high school, and I'm very good at Spanish.
El leche.
Why are we talking about milk?
I thought it was la leche.
Depends on who you're saying it to.
Okay.
Feminine,
But
masculine.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, like it's just like getting the credits, which is so dumb. So
All right, so what's one thing you really appreciate school for that you like learned, and what's one thing you hate and wish you didn't do? Well, why do you,
something I really appreciate school for is the aspect of getting into the world where you kind of have to manage your time. So it's like it's one of the first times that many people are on their own. So it's like, okay, I have class then, and you're very independent, and I'm a very independent person. So like, I loved that part about it. Like class then, okay, I have like a date night for my sorority tonight. I have to do these assignments. I have to do my laundry, like it's your first time living on your own. But granted, like that's still something that you guys get here. Okay, so like you might want to get your workout in. You have to take out Buddy. We're going to see a movie tonight. So what do you have to do before? It's like that kind of thing. So those skills. Something I didn't appreciate it for, just the pressure it puts on people to conform. Specifically, like something that I experienced that I was really good at dealing with, that I get a lot of questions on my Instagram about now, is like, how do you escape the college culture and the college hookup culture and not care what other people think if you don't want to go out because you want to focus on yourself? Or like, if you're like, the amount of times my friends would like tease me, not in a mean way at all, but be like, oh, Ava's going out only drinking an energy drink and we're all drinking tonight. And I was like, yeah, I or I wouldn't use the chaser because it had like 150 calories and a lot of sugar. And like, I just don't want that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But they'd be like, oh, Ava's the fitness girl, like Sai lifts, so she's not going to use the chaser. Like, fuck no, I'm not. Like, yeah, you drink your calories. Like,
yeah. Hey, they're the ones that are going to come back to you in a year or 2 years from now being obese or fat and be like, I just hate myself.
Can you coach me?
Like, hey, cut out those chasers and you'll be skinny.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's crazy. No, I think that's so true. I think that's something that I was in a small town, but I did the last couple of years, I just never really went out. I didn't care to go out. All of them did the exact same thing every weekend. And it was cool to go once in a while, maybe go for a holiday or something. But once I don't know, it was the same thing. It was the same shit every weekend. I'm like, how is that even fun? Why? Like, what is the purpose? What's the outcome of doing that every weekend? What are you hoping to get going out? Just having some type of dopamine high and like, oh, I had a couple of drinks. I look at my bank account. Fuck, I spent $200 and I don't even remember it. Like,
I think a huge thing with that plays into like the college hookup culture. Like girls getting dressed up to go out, to go to the bar, and it's like, who am I gonna meet tonight? Or, oh, I'm Snapchatting him, so I want to see him. Like,
yeah, like drama.
Yeah, exactly. So stupid. You remember a couple weeks ago? I'm not gonna like share details, but like, I told you someone texted me, and it was when school was still in session, but I'm living in Houston, so I was doing my classes online. She's like, hey, I heard you hooked up with so-and-so, and like, I'm his girlfriend's friend, and like, we just want to know. And I was like, who? What? Like, I'm not even there. I'm in a different state, and I'm still getting roped into like stupid Greek life drama. Like, oh my God. It's all just like filler for their lives because they don't have other things going on. Not to be offensive. That's just like fact.
Nah, y'all can take offense to that. Losers. No, I'm playing.
That's Asher's word. Like, anytime. Asher just loves to say that. Like, if you back out of something, like,
No.
if I back out of something, or I do something, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that, he just looks at me, he's like, loser.
Yeah, loser. No, but about the chasers and all that stuff, I think that kind of goes back to like socially acceptance. What we talked about last episode was it's easy for someone to be like, oh, she's not doing that because of so and so, but in a way that's kind of just projecting their insecurities on you because they know they're never going to put the effort to actually do that. So they bring the person down because it thinks it's going to help them mentally, when the most it's going to do is just give them like a little bit of like, oh no, I'm still superior, even though they're losers.
Dude, I think like going into the hookup culture too is like, and kind of like being socially accepted for it is people think like you start talking to a girl that night and they're like, oh, you're gonna hook up with her? Are you gonna do it? Like you guys gonna hook up, right? And then if you don't, they're like, you really didn't. Come on, you can't bag a girl, blah blah blah. Like like making fun of you for not.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I mean, you collected another body, but what does that truly mean? Like, what? There is no purpose behind it.
It's terrible.
And I think that is like something that gets pressured. It's just like built up over the years of you all. Like, if you see your friends start talking to a girl, the first thing you ask the next morning, it's always is like, I mean,
You do this?
And it's like,
I fuck around with you though. I'm like, you get it, and then but that's just. Yeah, I mean, but even as a joke though, that's the thing too. Is it is like for me, I'm like saying it as a joke. I really don't think you should, and I don't think that's what the main purpose is. But yeah, it's like that's what peer pressures a lot of people to feel like they have to, because it's like they know they're going to get asked the next question, and they don't want to tell their buddies that they said no, so they can't. They seem they can't close a person.
yeah, and to flip it on the other side, it's like,
How do girls talk about that?
well, let me say,
shoot.
let me tell you. Then it's like, if a girl ends up going home with a guy that night, first of all, that's like your first, like, I'm not gonna say date, but like experience together. And if you don't want to like hook up with them or like sleep with them, let's say, like, it's almost like nerve-wracking at this point to like say that, because it's almost like implied in a bad way now that like if you go home with someone, like that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then it's like the fear the next morning of like, okay, are they going to text me? Am I going to text them? Or was that just like a one and done? And like, that's like emotional trauma.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it is. And that's
it's
because
not
you guys
good.
hook up. It's because you guys hooked up. Because you guys got so close
I
to
have a
each
funny
other
story.
and you guys hooked up. And so now you don't even know if it's going to be even more real than that, because you already took it to the most real thing. Like the most connection. And you guys barely even knew each other.
I have a really funny story about that. And this is, you guys are going to be like, what the fuck? But like, oh yeah, what's the time? This is a good one.
We'll go off. We got
Okay.
like 2 minutes.
There was a guy that I was seeing and talking to this past semester. He's never going to see this, but it's a funny story. We were like hanging out, whatever, and he like wanted to sleep together, whatever. And I was like, it was like our first time hanging out, and I was like, no. And he was like, what?
This is your first time hanging out with them?
Yeah.
Oh.
And he was like, what? And I was like, I just like don't like to do that. Like the first time I hang out with someone, I don't know. Like I'm not into that anymore, I guess, because college culture, whatever. And I was just junior and senior year, I was getting into this part of my life where I'm like, that is not fulfilling in any way for me. Like I don't want to do that. And he was like, wow, that's like really cool. Like I've never had a girl say that to me before.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, I'm not gonna do that.
All right. Ew.
Asher
just farted.
Anyway, yeah.
What the hell, dude?
He was like so shocked. He was like, that's really cool.
Steamer.
No, but you know what's actually kind of cool though? I find a lot of like power in like telling people also like, no, hey, I'm not gonna do that, because I think that's a lot of people don't get that anymore. So when you say it, a lot of people are like dumbfounded. Like,
Oh, he
you
was
actually,
shocked.
Yeah, and they're just like, wait, you're not going to?
Yeah.
I don't care. And I think doing that, I've had experiences where they were happier. They were happier that I said that than not saying it, because they're like, oh, that's like, yeah, let's just hang out and like, let's actually get to know each other and see if you're cool.
Granted, we
Besides
stopped
just-
talking because I was too masculine because I lift, but just had to throw that part in.
Does he work out?
Loser.
He really likes lifting too,
Oh.
but he's a little bitch.
Loser. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's cool you said that, because that's kind of how I go with things with girls. I was gonna say something, I fucking forgot.
Well, you farted.
I shit my pants and I forgot what I was gonna say. Let out a steamer. Ian, you had a question though, didn't you?
Man. Hey, but how about you ask us as from?
Oh, wait. Now I knew what I was going to ask.
right, go ahead.
Now I know what I'm going to ask. So, in college, when you used to hook up with dudes, I don't really want to put you on the spot. Well, yeah, I kind of do want to put you on the spot here. What was the first, like, you entered into a guy's room, what was the first thing you would notice if you were like, okay, I'm not sleeping with him, or okay, I'm good to go?
Oh, this is good.
I'm trying to like visualize. What would I think? I mean, by the time I got there, I probably had an idea of like what I was gonna do. Like about their room or about them?
Yeah, just
oh,
anything.
their bedroom.
Yeah, bedroom.
What was the first thing you always looked for?
Yeah.
Someone always goes in. First thing I see is how many clothes are on the ground. That's the first thing I look for.
Yeah,
I don't
I mean, I guess
hook
if they're
up,
like
but-
messy or clean, a lot of navy bed sheets in college. That's just a boy thing.
Yeah.
Mine were gray. My comforter was navy
Okay.
blue.
Nice.
Got the job done.
That's fair. All right.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. A lot of the time it was dark.
Okay, what was the big thing when you would walk in? Like, did it smell?
Yeah.
Like a nice stench.
I thought I would get more out of this question.
I don't remember much.
Sorry, it was a good question, Ashley.
That wasn't the
about you,
main
though, Ashley?
focus.
What was like the first thing you'd always like look for if you ever went to a girl's bedroom?
I always got a
Or
little
something
weirded
else.
out when the guys would come in my bedroom.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, same. I don't think I ever. Well, actually, there is this one story. I definitely can't tell this on YouTube though. I'm gonna have to tell you guys this off camera. Sorry, guys, because they actually may listen. I think you know the story, Ian.
You can ask me about some more funny stories.
Is it like a very early story? Like you were
Actually, no. I did tell you this because we were in the car.
I think I know what it is.
And it was the one where he almost found out.
I remember.
Yeah.
I knew it was that one.
Yeah. It was fucked up.
All right, let's just not try to. We don't want to make them feel like they're left out. So.
Yeah. If y'all actually want to know the story,
DM
DM
him. DM him.
because I can't put this out on the internet.
But
Yeah, I'll fucking
not
get
yet,
shot.
not yet. Definitely in the future, probably. But yeah. No. Okay. Ask us some questions. As we're dropouts, you obviously graduated. I'm curious.
Do you feel, and be honest, like there's anything you missed out on from dropping out?
Ooh.
Damn, that's a solid ass question.
Yeah. I think for me, I feel like I missed out. I think on that, like, yeah, that college culture, honestly. Because, like, my brother went to UCF, and so I would, like, go visit him and stuff. And I saw the fraternities and sororities, but I never got, like, into it because I was obviously not of age. Sorry, Mom. But, like, I never got into it. And I always saw kids who would, like, go, and then they party the next day. They all get breakfast, and they all, like, hang out. And, like, it was, like, little sentimental things like that. And I always saw that, and I'm like, oh, that sounds so, like, that would have been so cool to just have those experiences. Like, yeah, you're poor as shit. You're just, like, you just make it by, but
You
you
get
guys
the
go get
$7
food. You
burrito.
guys go,
You're in
yeah,
debt
you guys go
now.
to Taco Bell whenever you want. There's, like, it's like a carefree, yet all you focus on like studying and like doing that. And so, and like I saw kids who didn't have to work throughout college. So I'm like, man, that would be so cool to like
Dude,
not
yeah.
have to have a job and like just to focus on, yeah, just like studying, just in living, right? And I think that's like one thing I always felt like I missed out on. And always like, you know, it would have been cool to experience it. But also not at the same. I'm like, I'm glad I'm not. I wasn't a part of that because I think it could have consumed me, honestly, and I could be definitely not where I want to be.
Dude, it's kind of funny that you said that because for the parents who say, in my opinion, these are going to be like the next 4 like best years of your life, I think there's the parents who pay for their kids' colleges, and it's like, well, yeah, they're living on their own, they're living rent-free and doing anything they want for free because their parents pay for everything.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, it's going to be the best 4 years of their
Yeah,
life. You
they don't have to
serious?
worry about it.
For me, that shit was terrible. I hated that shit. Yeah. But I would say the biggest thing I think I may have missed out on, and this is kind of like the whore side of me in college, was I think I may have missed like too many. What did y'all do in sororities? Those big
Parties and stuff?
not like proms, but
Oh, like our
Socials.
date nights or formals?
formals. Yeah, formals. Because I got invited to a lot, and I'd basically tell the girls, "Fuck no, like I'm busy," because I didn't want to do that anymore. But now looking back on it, maybe I could have gone to a couple more.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, one of the stupidest parts of Greek life, and it's so funny. No, the formals are fun, but it's like, okay, so you get your date, and then like the guy texts the girl, and he's like, hey, what kind of alcohol do you want? Like, I'm gonna pick up. And the anxiety of like choosing what alcohol to say so that you seem chill, but like he picks the thing, and you're like, is he gonna want that? Like, or like a babe in a bottle formal where you bring a babe in a bottle. It's like, I mean, I'm just a tequila girl.
Give us your
so.
list. What was like the number one best alcohol to list when somebody asked you that?
Well, the thing is, like, I never wanted flavored or anything because I didn't want to drink my calories. So I'd always be like, you can just get like plain Svedka or like Tito's or like, I don't know, get some like tequila. And they'd always be like, plain? And I'd be like, yeah, don't be a little bitch.
Fireball?
Fireball is actually good, but the amount of calories in one shot, the amount of sugar is the same as a can of Coke. Like, no.
It's fair.
Let me fix that.
It's facts.
The dogs are out.
That's the fitness side of us. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what we missed out on. I feel like I missed out a little bit of like.
I always drank tequila with the women, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
Tequila's good.
I always drink the tequila.
Tequila's
Yeah.
really good. I know. I'm excited for the sip margs.
Yeah.
We're gonna get some content.
We're about to go wild. We got a huge collaboration with Sip Margs
on the boat.
on the boat. About to get hella content.
We
Dude,
Wait.
me and Ian have been talking about that. We were like, dude, what if like we talked to Ava about having like an alcohol sponsorship with Sip Margs, but obviously like only promote it for people that are of age. But that would be so fucking cool.
We can make it happen.
But the thing is like we're not like alcoholics. So
I know,
we
I-
like don't drink. We're not like the Nelk boys.
Yeah. No, that I don't know. That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be a good time.
Should we talk about fun things that we do together now?
Yes. Yeah, let's
We can kind of
Three
transfer.
caballeros.
I hope that kind of.
Yeah, so we're kind of like the Three Stooges, the Three Amigos.
Well, Aaron, don't forget Aaron.
Well, and Aaron. Aaron's the what's a four-way type thing.
A foursome.
A quartet.
Quartet.
Barbershop
or that.
quartet.
Aaron's just in prep right now. I don't know how much she would enjoy the show. She'll
I'm
be
sorry,
on after
Aaron.
prep. We'll have
Aaron is
the
not feeling the best right now.
yeah.
Shout out Aaron, we love you.
Yeah.
She mentally not there.
I
but
wonder
it's
if
all
this
right.
couch will be big enough for 4 people.
Yeah,
sure
if I'm not
enough.
sitting
it will.
crisscross applesauce, I
Yeah.
think we can squeeze.
Yeah. Just some-
Yeah. So then
But what it's we can kind of dive into.
I wanted to ask some more girl questions.
So ask
Yeah,
all
go ahead.
questions.
Dude, what was the one thing I was gonna talk about? Remember that one thing I was gonna talk about? I totally forgot. I think it was like it's such a good topic. About college, and it was with the NBA with Ava.
You were like asking sorority girl questions guys are too afraid to ask or something.
No, something else.
Okay.
I'll forgive it, hopefully. If
I
not.
don't know. But I would talk to you about pickup lines, but you say you don't like pickup lines. The one
Pickup line.
the one I said last night, so here's a good one for you guys. So make sure you have a watch on your wrist. Go up to a girl and say, "Yo, my watch says that your panties aren't on." And then the girl will usually show her underwear, maybe if you're lucky. Just like flash it a little bit, and you're like, you're wrong. And then you say, oh, well, this watch is an hour fast.
So you actually messed it up.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You walk up to her and you're like, my watch tells me that you're not wearing any underwear. Don't say panties. Who are you?
That's what I said last night.
No, you said underwear.
My watch tells me that you're not wearing any underwear, and she'll be like, "Yeah, I am," and then you'll be like, "Oh, it's an hour fast."
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah,
granted,
they make it
I don't
cool.
think I would go home with the person, but I would laugh versus a
But
very
what if he's
dry
okay?
pickup
What
line.
if he's a what's that new trend? A solid 8, and he uses that pickup line.
I love this game. Yes. If it's Miles Teller, oh my God.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's yeah? That's no. That's
We
it.
should play that game. Like he's this, but
You go first.
Girls.
yeah.
Ava, girls.
Yeah, not guys.
I know your sexuality, guys.
Asher's questionable.
Here we go again.
I didn't set another timer. Mother.
She's a 7, but she doesn't care at all about fitness or her health.
I'd give it a 4. Subtract 3 at the top.
Yeah, I would probably say 4 too, honestly. All right, here's a good one. Here's a good one for you, Ava. Well, actually, you may like this. I don't know, because this is just different. Okay, so he's okay. I'm actually gonna make it super funny. So he's an 8, but he drives a Prius.
I don't know enough about cars to even envision what you're talking about.
Okay,
Alex
an 8
Hormozy drove a Prius.
Okay. An 8, but he drives a minivan, soccer mom van.
That might just be momentarily, and maybe he just doesn't have the means and he's investing in something else. And an 8 is an 8.
That's the correct answer. What I was looking for. Guys, she is single. Hit her up.
She probably already gets a lot of DMs.
Probably.
What's the weirdest DM you've ever gotten? I mean, you all girls get penis pictures, but
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten a lot of weird ones, but they really started flooding in after I was in Brad's video, and it was like asking girls this, and he like put my Instagram or something, so the guys found me. And I said something about being 5'9", so like, I'm personally not into being with guys shorter than me, so I said something about that, and then all my DMs were just that. I can't think of a very weird one I've gotten, but I mean, you'll get like the really rogue, like random messages sometimes, or of course there's always like the sugar daddies.
Yeah, I got a question. All right, so, and this is something a guy can change about themselves. So what is the worst quality a guy can have, but he can change it?
I mean, this is my opinion, but like being unmotivated and not caring about his health or fitness or anything personally, like, because that's important to
I'd say
me.
for a girl, for me, is hygiene.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
That right there.
Oy.
Oh. If you smell bad, I can't come near you. I'll throw up. I'm serious. Like, dude, it's just like
Have you ever made out with a girl with bad breath?
me. Mm-hmm. My girlfriends have had bad breath before, and I've made out with
Yeah,
them.
well, I mean, after you date them for like a year, you're like,
But,
yeah,
like,
fuck it, you smell like shit. But
If I were to
whatever.
just like, if I made out with a girl,
Yeah.
and that just like wasn't dating, I guess. Sorry, mom, but no, I haven't actually.
What?
I can't think of a time.
Wait, actually?
Tennessee's weird, bro.
Oh, damn. Dude, there's this
Maybe
one.
he's just weird.
No, there was something wrong with this girl. I'm not going to put her on the spot, but this one girl in college, oh my gosh. She got close, and then we made out for like 2 seconds, and I'm like, dude, I can't do this anymore.
Really?
It was bad. And I thought she was clean. She still may have been clean. Maybe she just slipped up one day, but shit, that did it for me.
Yeah, no, bad breath.
I was
like
out.
Nah, you can't have bad breath.
Yeah. That's like my only insecurity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like when I have
Feel
bad
that.
breath, I want everyone to tell me so I can just chew a hella gum.
Yeah.
We're never gonna tell you.
Yeah. No, you would. You would tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I
Ava,
don't
is there
think-
anything you want to add about college or bring up? I feel like you covered it all. You think it was? Would you go back if you were in the same spot you are now? I think I kind of already asked you this.
Like, would I
but would
go
you go back and finish school, or would you just totally just say no? I wish I didn't.
I'm glad I finished because I just like worked so hard in my classes that to not see it through, like I just would have been annoyed. Like, it's already pointless as it is. Might as well get my degree for how far I had come.
That's fair.
And I also like, I was an orientation advisor at the school. I was like very involved at the school, so like,
Yeah.
I made the most of it where I could.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, that's what I have to say on that.
Okay, so out of qualities that guys can change, what's the best quality a guy can have that can be changed to possibly make it even better?
Or worse.
I feel like this is basically like, what do I look for in a guy that's good?
Yeah, actually.
And this is what like most girls should be looking for. Just kind of putting you on the spot.
Confident in themselves, driven, has goals. I mean, if we want to get into the specifics, doesn't skip leg day, and that's like a very funny thing that like is like over talked about, but can't be coming around with those chopsticks.
It's like those little birds on the beach.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't, like,
Oh wait, okay, here's a good question. All right, so this is good. So when you find a guy that is very, very, and this guy has a girlfriend, all right? So this guy has a girlfriend, but you met him, and like not flirting or anything, but like y'all talk a little bit, just like to get to know him. Not in a flirty way, but he doesn't have any goals. He doesn't like really strive for anything. Do you look at his girlfriend any differently? Like, do you think she's like, oh, well, she's probably not driven either?
I would just think that she's settling and she can do better. It's probably what I would think.
Gotcha.
And I personally am so like bad at committing to anything, then I'd be like, damn, she doesn't care. I wouldn't like think badly of her though. And I don't even know if that would cross my mind. Mm-hmm. But if asked.
Fair. No, I think it's great answers. I think it's a great topic, and definitely learned a lot. And you would have definitely stayed with college, and you like where you are now. But no, you're doing best. You're doing both worlds, which is kind of crazy. You're working 9 to 5, and you're doing social media. And I think a lot of people kind of wish they were in that aspect. But I think a lot of people wish they weren't in the 9 to 5. And so it's kind of funny that you were doing social media and can do it full time.
Yes.
But then you went back and do a 9 to 5.
Yeah, and what I was going to say on that is like if someone's just in the 9 to 5 realm right now, there's nothing stopping you from using your extra time to invest in yourself and begin social media or create your own, if you're interested in coaching, one-on-one online coaching business like we have. Like, you know, if there's a will, there's a way. And I always say, like, if it's important enough to you, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. That's like my favorite saying ever. So like, I wake up at 5 a.m. so I can get my workout done, and then I have time to do both my Margs work and my social media work and whatever I need to get done because it's important enough to me. And like, I'm gonna like get preachy for a second. I was saying like, if it's important enough to you, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. And then I was like, not to get preachy, but I'm gonna get preachy. Like, if you have fitness goals and you're trying to work towards them and you're like, oh, I don't have time, wake up 30 minutes earlier and hop on the treadmill. And even if it's just for 20 minutes, there, you've got... All right, we want to motivate them, not make them feel bad.
Yeah, Asher.
And you, like, even this morning, like, it's my rest day, but, like, I wanted to do some cardio today, and I was like, do I want to do it fasted? I'm kind of hungry. And I was like, if I go get on the treadmill now, I can get off the treadmill sooner and eat some damn cream of rice. And that's what I did.
There you go. That's so true.
Can I say another thing?
No.
Start small with your goals. So, like, I wanted to get back into meditation recently, and I used to love meditating. I would do it every day, like 20 minutes a day. I set a goal for myself to do it like 3 to 4 times a week for just 5 minutes a day. And that has made it so much easier for me to start doing it again because start small and then build it up. The end.
Yeah, no, and that's so true because I have clients who they come and they have all this motivation like, I just need to lose this much weight. Let's just get after it. I'm like, all right, well, what were you doing before? They told me they were doing 5 days a week. I'm like, okay. Turns out they lied to me. They weren't truly doing 5 days a week because then they were like,
I don't know if I can do this anymore. I just don't have time. I'm like freaking out, like I'm becoming very stressed. And I would hop on the phone with him and be like, well, what's the reason why? Like, let's break it down. And we would talk about it for, a while. And what the conclusion was that they truly weren't committing to the gym 4 or 5 times a week and eating very clean and everything. They were just kind of winging it and, kind of go in and out. And so what we did was start them off on a program, everything that was based off of what they told me they were doing, but it's not what they were really doing. And they were just way overcommitted. They were like balls to the wall, 100%. And I'm like, well, that's the problem. That's why you never stay consistent, is because you literally are trying to create a new habit, but not just create a new habit, you're trying to completely maximize that habit to what people who've been training for years are doing and have created a whole new lifestyle. And it's like, you're still in your old lifestyle. In order to make a change, you have to slowly increase. So it's like we dialed back their training to only 2 to 3 days a week. We just focused on getting steps in. We then just made healthier choices and not just stuck to a meal plan. We just made healthier choices. I'd take a look at what they would want to eat and what they would eat, and I'm like, hey, just add some protein here. Perfect. Keep eating that. That's great, right? We don't set, huge, follow this meal prep, like do this exactly, because you're not ready for that. And I think so many people struggle with, like, they think in order to get the results, they have to just go balls to the wall. It's one or the other. And like it is, but you should build up to that. And you shouldn't be doing what elite athletes are doing who've been doing it for years. You should be doing what beginners should do. Build up, start from very small. And I think, I kind of want to. Sorry. I know you want to talk.
Toes.
Her dogs are looking crazy.
I want to go back to what Ava was saying, like kind
Damn,
of being,
I wanted
like,
to say
preaching.
something.
I will.
Okay. Yeah,
But just a saying.
You got a big circle
she
on
said,
your foot.
One of her favorite sayings.
Guys, don't ask Ava for feet pics. They're gross.
No.
That's rude.
More money.
What?
Don't hold my hand.
No.
Okay. But one of my favorite sayings, and this is something I like to preach as well, is like, in order to make a change, the pain you're feeling right now has to far outweigh the pain it takes to make change. And that's so true. Like, because if it's not painful right now, or it's not as painful it should be to make that change, like if they're both even, you're not going to make a change. But once you look in the mirror, or once you realize if you're going down the wrong road, and that pain far outweighs the habits you have to cut out, or the friends you can't hang out with anymore, or whatever it is, the pain to make that change, like once that outweighs it, it'll be so easy. And then after that, it just landslides. But yeah, that's all I wanted to add. Asher, you can go now. I don't want to.
Yeah, that was good. So when you were saying that, like, you have time in your 9 to 5, so most of the time people work in 9 to 5 after they graduate college. That's just what happens. And for people to say they don't have enough time is just strictly just not correct. Because, dude, you work so much harder in college. Like, I think that you did not have enough time in college for a lot of shit, in my opinion. Like, you go to your job 9 to 5, and then, I mean, what do you do before and after work? Probably nothing. You don't have homework. I mean,
Yeah.
I had classes all day, and then I had fucking assignments to complete.
Yeah. You go home and you chill, you rest.
It truly depends. I think I hear what you're saying, but also, like, my job, it's like they'll be asking me to do something at 10 p.m. Or like I'll wake up at 5 and I'll already have like a full list of shit I need to get done. So it definitely depends with timing wise, but that's true that once you graduate, you don't have that BS homework that you have to do generally.
But organizing though, because I feel like being organized is what's going to make you find that time.
Yes.
Because you have 16 hours in the day to be productive. And I feel like I have less time now than when I was competing in a bodybuilding show and and working Chick-fil-A full time. Like, people think influencers, like, oh, you have a life, you just chill and do nothing. I tell you what, I am working more hours than I've ever worked. I'm always
trying to stay
I'm
afloat.
always trying to do I'm always trying to do something. I'm trying to be innovative. I'm trying to do work where realistically, like, we're spending, like, the gym, we're there for like an hour and a half.
I get my workout done in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Literally.
Hour and a half to 2 hours top. After that, it's just work.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard for me to make it to the gym because of what I have to do. And so I think that's just a big thing. Like, people think that, like, especially influencers in general, they think they have just such a free schedule. That's not always the case. Like, it's still a job. It's work. And
Absolutely.
you can find time if you really want it bad enough. And if you do,
Definitely depends on the influencer, but for
I mean, yeah, but you have to stay relevant. In order to stay relevant, you always have to be innovative and taking the next step and doing something different and trying to show an impact and influence people. And that's, you don't just make a post and that one post you made a month ago is just going to carry over all your traction for the next. Like, no, that's not how it works.
I think also, I feel like we're going off on such a tangent, but pretty privilege is such a thing. Like, being insanely attractive, you don't have to do much else with your content. There are girls with 3 million followers on TikTok because they were blessed with very good genetics in their body, and they're blonde hair, blue-eyed, tan, beautiful, and, like, they're just going to make money because the way they look.
That is true. And I think that is also, like, they learned what their skills were and like how to like monetize it, right?
Take
and once you
advantage
can
of
do that, because I think there's some people who might be maybe not the most genetically blessed, but they are smart as shit.
Like,
and they are so intelligent. And if you really, really utilize your skills and what you have, everybody has skills that can really that they can monetize and make a lot of money from.
Absolutely. Any of us have gotten to the point where like we actually know how to monetize exponentially. We just keep on trying different shit out.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's shit, that's for the podcast.
What, you're
like,
not
it's
saying
even
I'm
like
freaking perfect?
yeah.
I said
not perfect.
I said
sorry.
you're not saying that I'm freaking perfect?
No, Ava.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn it. Try again
No, it's
tomorrow.
so true. I think you have to learn what your skills are, and then you can really maximize and monetize it, and really like pour into it. Because some people wish, I wish I was like that girl. She only made it because she had looks, and yes, that's the reason why maybe she made it. And guys, I'm not just saying women in general, but yeah, that might be the reason. But it's because they understood what they had leverage with, and they took advantage of that.
Yeah, totally.
Like, sorry.
No, you're right. I mean faux show.
Go ahead.
Faux shizzle. I think that's all I was gonna say.
Yeah. No, and I think that's just like learn your skill and learn how to monetize it, and you can make just as much money as you want.
You about to eat my mic? Really?
What the?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just learn your skills, and I think that's what will take you far. Stop making excuses. All right.
All right. Well, if you guys want to see me back on the Qualified Dropouts podcast, leave some questions that you want me to answer. I live downstairs. I can always come upstairs.
That's fair. Appreciate you, Ava. Appreciate you you being our first guest.
Thank you, guys.
On Qualified Dropouts.
Kinda great.
And you aren't a dropout.
Frick yeah.
So you kind of ruined the title, but it's all right.
No, it's okay.
But we can make it work.
Of course.
You're more than welcome to come back on and educate us and teach us about the great cultures of college and what you learned. But
we'll do a Q&A.
This is episode 3. It's crazy. We're already at episode 3.
Yeah, that was fun.
Kind of cool.
Lots of fun.
It is fun. I feel like Asher didn't say much. I feel like he wants to talk a little more.
You want to say anything?
I don't really know what I wanted to talk about. That was the thing. It feels like you had more of the questions for this topic.
Yeah.
Because I am just so anti-college. So it was hard for me to ask legitimate questions.
That's fair.
What?
But anyways, thank you guys. Episode 3, Qualified Dropouts. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, go follow our Instagram. Go follow our TikTok.
Yeah. If y'all want feet pics from Ava, send her a DM, and she may get back to you.
She has a really big influx, $20 per toe. So, right? Or is
big toe goes. Prices? Big toe runs at $35.
For just the bunion, $50.
Whoa.
Just the bunion.
And guys, let me tell you, this bunion's bussin'. All right, that's episode 3. We're done.
Episode 3. Go follow us on all the socials. Appreciate y'all. Comment down below anything you guys want us to talk about. Love y'all.